What's up, guys? This is Ofo, and this is actually an overused battle using the team I mentioned in my last video. This is a pretty decent team. It has some weird sets on it. It's really based off of trying to get Velcarona, Magnezone, and Flygon all set up. The reason I'm using Flygon on this team over any other dragon is because it's the only one, to my knowledge, that gets U-turn. It's actually a banded Flygon. And it actually works pretty well. But the rest of it kind of is support. It's all based around like U-turning and volt switching out. Flygon and Scissor both have U-turn. That's actually Scarf Scissor, and then Rotom Wash, which is actually expert belted, has volt switch, and it's pretty much all based around finding using that switch advantage to get in a Pokemon, one of my Velcarona, Metagross, or Flygon, and hitting something hard or setting up a sub and sweeping with Velcarona, or getting the Steel types out of the way to clear the way for my Flygon to sweep. So, and actually Magnezone can do work all by himself. But okay, getting into it, I think this match I end up leading with Flygon. I'm not sure why. I think because um I guess I don't know if I don't know if predicted him to lead with Lucario or not, but it works because I can hit him with a banded Earthquake. That would definitely take him out, but I'm not gonna do that because the switch is pretty obvious. So just go right for U-turn, get that switch advantage right away, which is so important for this team. And so now I decided to bring in my Rotom Wash because I do have Hidden Power Ice on this guy, but obviously I predict his Gliscor to switch out because why would he stay in? I mean, that'd be ridiculous. And I go for Volt Switch. So that wasn't a risky prediction at all because even if he did stay in, I am expert belted like I said, so I could switch moves at no wait. Yeah, I could switch moves at any point, So I go into my Espeon and I do go for Yan here because I expect to be slower and I expect him to Volt Switch, but I guess he has no speedy Vs at all on this Rotom Wash, which means I actually outspeed him so that Yan kind of doesn't do anything at all. But yeah, this is kind of a weird switch from Espeon, which I'm probably gonna change. I'm probably gonna keep Yan, but I don't have any recovery moves. I have like Calm Mind, Yan, Shadow Ball, and Psychic, which I don't like too much. He brings in his Gengar, and because pretty much every variation of this has Substitute, I decided to stay in. I'm predicting that and go for Shadow Ball. Even if he didn't and he went for Shadow Ball right off the bat, I could take one because I am a fully specially bulky Espeon. And the purpose of this Espeon is actually to prevent rocks because I do have a Volcarona on this team and I don't have a spinner. And that's because I really couldn't find a place for a spinner on this team, so I decided to, use Espeon. So it just worked pretty well. But he goes for another substitute as I go for another Shadow Ball. I just have no reason not to at this point because I know I can survive and I don't want this Gengar setting up because Gengar really can actually be a threat once he gets a sub up, kind of like Alakazam, but otherwise not too much of a threat. So now he decided to go for Disable. I guess he either forgot about Magic Bounce or thought that Disable did not apply with Magic Bounce. I wasn't sure, so because of that, I actually predicted him to maybe go for and I decided to switch moves despite that, because I know Psychic's super effective anyway. And if he wanted to switch, I maybe could catch his Lucario off guard or something. I don't know, but I switched up move and it actually paid off. Well, it didn't actually pay off at all, but whatever. So now because it is Lucario, and I do predict him to set up a Swords Dance, so I do go for Yan to, I didn't want him getting that Sword Dance up because Lucario with Swords Dance and extreme speed can be crazy. So here I predict a switch. I did not expect him to stay in and let his Lucario, stay in his sleep fodder. But he does, and he goes to extreme speed, and I don't take that well at all. After +2, that nearly kills me. I survive with 22. Because I don't have Life Orb, like I said, I'm banded, and because there's no Stealth Rocks, it's not too big of a deal, because this guy really isn't meant to take hits, he's just hit and run, so. I do go for U-turn, predicting him maybe to want to save Lucario, but he doesn't. That's fine. I decided to go to my not banded, I'm so used to saying banded Scissor, Scarfed Scissor, and just go for the superpower, obviously not over-predicting this turn, because you didn't switch out last turn, so. But that is enough to take him out, because I think this is a Jolly Scissor, because Scissor doesn't have the sufficient speed to actually be able to run Adamant and Scarf and outspeed most stuff. He still needs Jolly to outspeed like the most fast Pokemon. So obviously, I have to stay in. He locks me in because of Magnet Pull, but I still do have Superpower, which can really hurt him. But seeing that damage, I know he's not defensive like I have some defense EVs on my Magnezone, but signal damage I know he's not because I was at -1 attack. So I do get a pretty good hit on with Scissor before he dies, and am now I'm able to go into my Velcarona, and I can't go into my own Megazone because I don't have any speed EVs on that, and because he doesn't have defense EVs, I know he probably has speed EVs, so I'm not going to want to go into that guy because he's probably going to outspeed. But I decided to set up the sub with Velcarona, but he decided, I guess he predicts that. Sub Velcarona is not very usual, so I didn't expect him to predict that. But I guess this turn I do just go for a Fiery Dance, but I guess he does switch out now, so I guess there was... I mean, it was weird. I don't know why, because, unless he did really expect a sub. Well, maybe he expected a Quiver Dance. That's possible, too. But now he switched out into his Rotom Wash, and I don't really have anything to hit it, because, all I have is Bug Buzz and Fire Dance on this Velcarona, and he resists both. So I'm not going to want to stay in. Even at +1... No, I'm not at +1 special defense. But even if I was, I'm not going to be wanting to take a Hydro Pump. So I go into my specially bulky Espeon, and I'm able to take this Hydro Pump pretty well. It looks to be about a 4-hit KO down there. And I always underestimate Espeon's speed, because I never really realized this. It's kind of off topic, but I do end up outspeeding his Rotom Wash, again, because this Rotom Wash has no speed EVs. And he goes for a second Hydro Pump, but I'm able to take that pretty well, again. And am next turn just going to be able to finish him off with a second Psychic. So this Espeon usually in a couple of my matches really doesn't actually do that much, but this match he's actually doing a pretty good job of, killing and Pokemon and actually, taking out a good chunk of his team. So now he goes into his own Espeon, and I decided to set up a Calm Mind. Unsure what he's gonna do, but I don't know why. I probably should have gone for Shadow Ball, but Calm Mind ends up paying off because he actually shows Calm Mind here, and next turn, I do just go for Shadow Ball, knowing that I really don't care. I just kind of want this Espeon to die so I can bring something else in, because I don't really want anything coming in on a potential, attack and taking that unnecessary damage. But he shows that he's a baton passing Espeon, which is not that unusual. But I guess to go for Shadow Ball this turn. And despite that +1, obviously Gliscor is not that bulky, and I do get that special defense drop. So, right here, I do predict the Protect, so I go for Calm Mind, but he actually doesn't. He might not have it, and he just goes for an Earthquake. So I was, expecting to die here, but I actually do live with 40. I don't have any defense EVs, so I guess that Gliscor doesn't have much attack EVs, or that should have killed. But next turn, I misclick here. I meant to go for a Psychic, and a Psychic might have 1-hit KO'd at +3, but whatever. Or no, +2. Sorry. But he just takes one with a second Earthquake, and that's kind of a waste of an Espeon. So now I go into my Rotom Wash, and I just go for Hidden Power Ice, predicting maybe to predict the Volt Switch, but he doesn't. He makes, I guess, the good move and goes into his Magnezone. And I do go for Hidden Power Ice, and that is resisted because obviously he's a Steel type. But it's not a big deal because, like I said, I'm Expert Belted, not Choice Scuffed, which means I can just go for Hydro Pump and finish him off. And I love running Expert Belted Rotom Wash because no one ever sees it coming. They always expect it to be Scuffed because almost every single one is either physically or especially bulky with Will-O-Wisp and Leftovers, or is Scuffed. And seeing no Leftovers, most of them assume it's Scuffed, but it's not. So here I go into my Velcarona knowing he's probably going to set up a Calm Mind. And Velcarona, if he's allowed to get a sub up, has a really good chance of sweeping. This Velcarona is pretty crazy. And plus I have super effective Bug Buzz. But I predict him to Baton Pass out here, but instead, he goes for Stored Power. Does a decent chunk, but either way, I'm fine with that. It doesn't do so much that I don't set up a sub. And I'm really surprised that Espeon outspeeds me. I'm pretty sure I'm timid with max speed, or maybe I'm modest with max EVs and speed, but whatever. So I do set up a Quiver Dance here, predicting him maybe just keep on going for Stored Power, and I know I might be able to stall him out because I do have Leftovers, getting up that special defense rises to the point where he can't pick my sub. But he does just decide to Baton Pass out, which is, I don't know how good of an idea that was, because like I said, Gliscor is not that specially bulky, So despite the fact he's at +1, I mean I'm at +1 too, so that is going to do a little bit more than half. And yeah, I do get the special attack rise, which guarantees a 2 KO next turn. So it wouldn't have been normally because, poison heal and everything. So now this turn I am just going to take him out with a Fiery Dance, and that will take him out, like I said, because I'm at +2 now, and based off last damage, it's pretty safe. So I do get a third special attack rise here, which is now this is kind of the purpose of the set. Just get those boosts up and then proceed to sweep. But now it goes into his Espeon, and this will be good game at this point because Espeon is his last Pokemon. And at a +3 at Bug Buzz is definitely going to kill, despite Espeon's very decent special bulk. So that's the game. This is a new team I've been playing with. I really like it. I'd really like playing around with the U-turns and Volt switches, and then getting some pretty unique sets in here. You didn't Flygon didn't get much screen time, but the idea is to take care of all the steel types with Magnezone, and then a banded Flygon can destroy stuff with Outrage. But that's it, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed it, and I will see you guys next time. Bye bye.